Hello，谢谢各位。然后我是数码港的 Rachel。那今天呢，也是跟大家分享一下数码港在 Web3方面我们的一些发展啊，然后还有就是可以给到大家的一些扶持。那今天主办方跟我说呢，就是希望是用英语哦，所以今天可能我先用英语跟大家分享一下。Hi everyone, I'm Rachel from Cyberport, focusing on Web3 development. It's a pleasure to meet everyone here. May I just ask one quick question first? Who have heard about Cyberport before, like here? All right, okay. At least a few of you have heard about Cyberport. So just a really quick introduction is that Cyberport is a technology hub fully owned by the Hong Kong government and as a private company. Our mission is to nurture technology companies in the region, including having incubation programs as grants actually. So we don't actually take any shares or like tokens, and also provide various supports and schemes to help startups to grow. Let me just share some slides as well. Currently, we have over 2,000 startups in our community, including 220 Web3 startups. Since late 2022, when the latest virtual asset policy in Hong Kong was announced by the government, Cyberport has been actively engaging in the development of Web3 in Hong Kong. We have also set up a Web3 hub at Cyberport in January 2023 last year and received 50 million Hong Kong dollars of funding from the government for Web3 development. We focus on talent cultivation, industry development, and public awareness, which I will elaborate more later on. In terms of the range of Web3 companies in Cyberport, it's actually across different sort of categories, including infrastructure, system tools and data, applications and content. And for example, for the infrastructure side, we have over actually 15 companies at the moment in our community, including some layer 1 chains and also layer 2 protocols, and also some cross-chain protocols as well, including, let's say, Solana, Orbiter, and so on. And for system tools and data, we also have 30 different companies. And most of the companies are actually in the applications and content part, including fintech, smart living, and digital entertainment. In our community, actually, there are some more well-known names. So the range is quite large, I would say, from quite early stage startups to more mature sort of Web3 companies, including Animoca, Hashkey, which everyone knows very well, and you're all in this Web3 festival by Hashkey and One Sound Group. And Mimland. Mimland is the Web3 sort of arm of 9get, which they have over 100 million followers around the globe. And also, we have two exchanges, actually virtual asset trading platforms, which we call for the specific names here in Hong Kong. That's already got approval in principle from the SFC. So what it is that currently in Hong Kong, we have different regulatory regimes for virtual assets. And one of the regime is on centralized exchanges. So in Hong Kong, there are currently two licensed virtual asset trading platforms. One is Hashkey, which we are now here, and also OSL. So there are actually additional two exchanges that got approval in principle from the SFC. So they are HKBAX and HKBEX, and both are Cyberport community members. And we also have Meta Alpha, quite close with Bitmain, and also securities company Certec, and also actually Consensus, which is the company of MetaMask. they actually graduated from our incubation program like quite a few years ago. And let's say one key, I think they are also showcasing here with their hardware wallet and Kobo, which is quite a big custodian. So these are just a few examples to like for your information. And we also have like various different like larger sort of Web3 companies here, as well as some more like early stage companies which we provide like funding support and so on to them as well. So I will go through that later on. In Cyberport, as I mentioned earlier, like now we have 220 companies here. Actually, like early last year, we only have 80, 90 like Web3 companies. And since like we developed the Web3 hub, the number increased quite substantially. And also there are 3 unicorns in our community, including Animoca, Certec, and Hashkey. In terms of like founder origins, I would say that we are actually quite diverse and also like we are like very welcoming in terms of overseas like founders and companies. So at the moment you can see that just less than like 60% of the founders are like local founders, and also there are quite substantial portion for mainland and overseas founders. And in Cyberport, actually, we are quite agnostic in terms of company origin and also like founder origin. We are more like a technology hub to help companies to build and also to expand in Hong Kong. So even let's say for our incubation program and so on, like even for foreign founders, there's no restrictions unless you have like an entity in Hong Kong. And just a quick overview of the companies now located in Cyberport. There are actually various different categories. Like even for application and content, we have like DeFi, CeFi, like currency and payment companies, wallet and private key management, and let's say NFT and metaverse companies. Like we have like quite a lot like in this field, and like decentralized commerce, social fi, like for example. And for system tools and data analytics, like there are also some companies on the security and audit side, including let's say Certec that I mentioned, also let's say Slomis, Bilsin, and so on. And also like there are some companies on the KYC and DID side, and data analytics. And also for infrastructure, there are some layer 1, layer 2 protocols, tech infrastructure, and actually some like cross-chain sort of protocols as well. And for the Web3 investment side, actually we see there is quite a big resurgence in Web3 investments since like late last year, as we all can see, with like the rebound of like price and so on. And actually in Hong Kong, like as a financial hub historically, we are also very like focused on like the development of some of the financial instruments on some sort of more decentralized assets, including, let's say, Bitcoin like ETF that got approved, the spot ETF in January 2024 by the SEC. And on the Hong Kong side, actually SFC also issued guidelines on virtual asset spot ETF in December 2023. And I can't say on behalf of these regulators, but there is a consensus that the spot, like the first spot ETF in Hong Kong, like be it on Bitcoin, Ethereum, could be soon like launching into the market, like at least by this year. Like that's the general sort of market sort of intelligence that we have been hearing. But obviously there's no definite like answer to that. And also we see that for AUM of Bitcoin is now already close to 60 billion US, and there's a sizable amount like as comparing to the gold ETF as well. Also, one thing to note actually for the ETF regime in Hong Kong is that for the spot ETF in US, it's more like cash in, cash out. So you can only like put in cash and also take out cash. But for the Hong Kong one that issued by the SFC, they are actually suggesting for in kind as well. So let's say if you have some coins, you might be able to use those to directly purchase the ETF and also take back the coins when you want to sell it, which could be quite a big differentiator. And so I mentioned that Cyberport is quite active in developing the Web3 space. So exactly what we do, like people might be asking. So the first area is on the industry development side, where we have established a Web3 Living Lab, a Web3 POC scheme, which we provide certain funding to Web3 companies to collaborate with Web2 enterprises, and also, let's say, community building series. And we also work on talent development side and have launched a few training series. I've also invited one of our community member, Blockchain Academy, later on to talk a little bit more about the work that they've been doing in this area. And also, let's say, Polkadot Blockchain Academy been held in Cyberport. And there are also like internship programs where we provide subsidies for companies to hire overseas and local students for Web3 roles. And also like a Cyberport University Partnership Program, which I can talk about a little bit later on as well. And on the public awareness side, we've been supporting various events, and there are 15 more upcoming in April as well. And we have supported close to 20,000 Web3 builders, founders, students, and experts from other fields of technology like to participate in these events. Not to. Web3 Academy. Yeah, and maybe just elaborate a little bit on this part. Like for talent cultivation, we've been engaging with like various like blockchain, like ecosystems, and also different like critical project founders. And we have already like basically some like online courses for people to take a look, and also for developers and builders, that specific courses with, let's say, for example, like last month, we have been collaborating with Polkadot that they have like a 1 month developer training course, and they have brought in like 100 of developers and founders for the whole month to educate and also have some hackathons and so on. And at the end of the scheme, their founder, like Gavin Wood, also came for the graduation ceremony and also other like closed-door events. They have been here for like a week as well. And it was like really great in terms of that. After the course, we see a lot of traction of like these founders looking to come to Hong Kong as well, and also the developers community. So we're also in talk with a few like who are interested in setting up here. And also like in the future, we might be providing certificate courses for industry recognition as well. On the talent cultivation side, we actually partner with various universities in Hong Kong and select, like, say, the top 20 teams to sort of help them to realize their Web3 ideas. So let's say last year, we have brought like these groups of students to Cambridge, and this year we'll be bringing them to Draper University, which is like quite a well-known sort of accelerator / university in the US, where apparently Elon Musk has been in this university as well previously. And we also have the Web3 internship program, and we just like ended the application period. So for this one, actually in the summer, like we invite like these local and overseas like students to join some of our Web3 companies as like interns. And they have the opportunity to extend their internship as well for another 4 months as a part-time sort of internship. And we provide subsidies of up to 18K Hong Kong dollars per month. And also like for part-time internship, also at roughly $9,000 per month for the program. So for this program, what we wanted to achieve is that, first of all, some of the Web3 companies, they might have some sort of budget constraint and they can easily like hire some interns to help them out first. And if they find it good, then they can hire them afterwards. And also like for these students, we also wanted to let them have a taste of what it is. And also to really encourage them to join the Web3 industry later on. And actually, for the internship roles, there are various ones. So from marketing, legal to, let's say, more technical roles, including like just normal developers and also those that really require some sort of smart contract knowledge. And also, we have established a Web3 Living Lab. If you guys have time, like sometime, please feel free to visit Cyberport. We have this lab set up like in August last year with an NFT gallery, and also thanks to our friend, I think Ekta was somewhere, Lawrence and team. So they have been liaising with these NFT holders. So actually, these are legit sort of copies of CryptoPunk, Bored Apes, and like some of the more well-known sort of NFT collections. And we also have a blockchain in real life zone to showcase some of the like practical use cases of blockchain and Web3, including, let's say, EHAD, the use of blockchain for helping out the like fundraising part, and also some other like interesting ones, let's say green bond tokenization, which the Hong Kong government had been issuing for the third time this year. And also for there's an area for collaboration and also like for our like Web3 events and also experience zone. With, let's say, Sandbox, they have provided like a dedicated sort of version for our living lab as well. And for this one, I wanted to really highlight to everyone that interested in like setting up in Hong Kong or like interested in like knowing a little bit more about the Web3 industry in general. We have these like different events every week. So let's say the first week we have the collaboration dialogue where we invite some potential sort of Web3 like society association to speak, and also like our Web3 community companies. And there is also like gathering, mingling, food, drinks afterwards as well. And there's also technical dialogue usually on the second week of every month. So then our ecosystem partners, including some technical partners, let's say like cloud service providers, they will be coming to share and provide, let's say, some special sort of package to our community as well. And also on the third week of every month, we have the Web3 Connect. So then we also ask some of the companies to come and share. And sometimes we also invite some like professionals in the field. Like, for example, we had like Condex Indices before to talk about like the ETF side and like RWA side, and also like some various different, let's say, legal professionals on the compliance side and so on. And also for the last week of every month, there's a Web3 Demo Day. So we basically connect our Web3 projects with VCs and allow these projects to pitch to these VCs on stage. So this had been like proved quite popular, and I think we started off doing it early last year, and then it kept going, and now we see that the Demo Day is getting a lot more traction as well. So if you're interested, please feel free to come. And for these events, actually, please feel free to follow the Twitter account of Cyberport. We usually post there as well. And on industry adoption and development, I would need to highlight a bit for our POC scheme. So this scheme really wants to help Web3 companies to collaborate with Web2 enterprises and also help these enterprises to transform into Web3. So how we do it is that we provide certain funding, not like a really big amount, actually 150K per project, and to the Web3 startups. And the requirement is that they need to be partnering with a large enterprise. So the large enterprise, they don't really need to pay, but then they can try out these innovative Web3 solutions. And once if they find it good to use or being helpful to their business and so on, then they can enter their own commercial deals, and that's out of our control, and we don't really take care of that part. But at least they would start the engagement and collaboration as a POC scheme. And we actually see previously in the fintech area, it has been quite successful, and the adoption rate was quite high as well. And this time, we already received over 100 proposals, and we are selecting the proposals. Roughly, we'll be selecting 30 to 40 of them. And last but not least is on the publicity and awareness side. So we have been hosting various signature events, including the Digital Entertainment Leadership Forum in August, the Cyberport Capital Venture Capital Forum, where last year I think we have over 300 VCs, family office, and investors coming. We also invited some high-profile speakers in the Web3 field, including let's say co-founder of Polygon, Sandeep, and people. Yeah. And also, for Green FinTech Summit, that's another one that we've been hosting. And also, we support various different events. For example, for Web3 Festival, we are also a strategic partner. And yeah, thanks to the organizers as well. And EVE Hong Kong was taking place in Cyberport in October last year. And we also have various different events. And upcoming, we also have Hack Summit on the 9th to 10th of April. Please feel free to come. It will be quite a Web3 native and technology-focused sort of conference. And if you need any free ticket, just let us know as well. Yeah, it will be in Cyberport on the 9th to 10th of April. And after that, actually, we also have our Digital Economy Summit coming up as well. On the 12th to 13th of April. It will be also in HKCEC, I think on the first floor. And it's co-hosted by Cyberport and the Hong Kong government, Audio. And for that one, we will have half day on AI and Web3. We also invited, let's say, regulators on the stablecoin side, like the person who is in charge of the stablecoin regulation from the HKMA. And also, HashKey will have a representative here. And also, let's say, some of the key projects, and we'll be discussing on DeepIn, convergence of AI and Web3, and also RWA and so on, with some of the key players in Hong Kong. And this one, I'm not sure if everyone has already got too many event list. So, but if you think that you can still take on more events these few days, please feel free to join as well. Yeah, I'll wait until everyone take a picture if you want to. So some of the events here are actually taking place inside the Web3 Festival as well, including the Web3 Scholar Conference. That would be quite an interesting one as well. And also, let's say, the Go Plus User Security Summit. Because usually when we talk about security, it's not really on user security. It could be on something else. So then this could be interesting. And we also have some events on the gaming side. So let's say Web3 Gaming Expo, and also Matrix Fire Asia Master competition. Okay, so this would be the most important slide of today for our like Web3 startups and companies, because it basically illustrates like the different sort of schemes that we have as support. So initially, like we have the university partnership program, as we mentioned, to select some high potential sort of talents, and these companies like they can like apply to our creative micro fund like with their more solid sort of business ideas, but they need not to be in the market yet. So this is still for very early stage companies, and we provide 100K of support for each selected like project. And after that, like once the project is more matured, potentially it has launched the product with a little bit of investors or like a little bit of traction, then the company can consider to apply for the incubation program. Is basically in total the support is around 1 million Hong Kong dollars with 500K in cash across a 2 years period, and also like another 300K for accelerator support. And also, like for example, if you join, let's say Y Combinator later on or other like accelerators, you can get certain rebates up to 300K. And also there is a scheme that allow companies to do marketing overseas, and we allow like rebates on, let's say, hotel or like your flight tickets up to 200K. And we actually also provide a 4 to 6 person sort of office space for our incubators as well for the 2 years period. And all these, we are not taking any equity or any tokens. So then it's all like really like public mission and to help the Web3 community to grow. But let's say if your company is really successful and it goes to Series A or Series B, there is also the Cyberport Macro Fund. It's around like 400 million in size of total investment amount. And at the moment, they have already invested in 28 projects, including, let's say, some virtual asset custodian and so on. And for this one, usually they don't do lead investment. So then what it is that you might need to find a lead investor, but they can follow. And usually when Cyberport put in $1, the company can raise around $9 to $10 from other investors. And the maximum that Cyberport could invest in one project is 20 million Hong Kong dollars. And apart from these sort of funding side, we actually also have different networks to help companies to connect with useful resources. For example, we have the Cyberport Enterprise Network, where like we have partnered with various large enterprises in Hong Kong, including some banks, insurance companies, some like conglomerates, and so on. So these companies, when they need some like new solutions, they might come to us as well. And we might be arranging like demo day and all these to connect our Web3 community with these enterprises. And we also have the investor network, where we have over 170 investors in the network, and we have like various demo days and so on to connect each other. And also we have the technology network, let's say with the cloud service providers and so on, and also professional services. Actually, another company that would come on stage later on, they are on the Web3 recruitment side, which they can share a little bit on their experience of expanding to Hong Kong and also the support from Cyberport. So all in all, Cyberport is a technology innovation hub that welcomes both local Web3 companies and companies from around the globe. We facilitate companies on actually 3 main areas. So I would categorize it as like the first area is funding part with our incubation programs on the grant, and also the Cyberport Investment Fund, which we call the Cyberport Macro Fund. and also the Cyberport Investor Network with over 170 investors. And we are now also engaging with over 50 Web3 investors. And also the Web3 internship program to help Web3 companies to hire local and overseas talents, and also vice versa to like cultivate these talents, obviously. And also like another thing that I might not have like talked about is that there's also a technical talent salary subsidy scheme from the government. It's like so if you hire, let's say, a PhD graduate and you're like a Cyberport community member, be it that you are in our incubation program or have a fixed desk or a room like in Cyberport, then actually like there's an additional route to apply for the scheme. So for PhD like employees who are working on the technical side, then they can get up to 45K Hong Kong dollars per month of subsidy once they successfully applied. And let's say for master graduate, it's like 25K per month. And for undergrads, it's 20K per month. And once successfully applied, the companies can actually like get these subsidies for a maximum of 3 years. And each of these companies can apply for 4 of these positions. So, I mean, even if you're not in Cyberport, you can still apply. But if you're in Cyberport, there's a separate route. And we can provide, let's say, recommendation letter and also a proof of the address. And the second key thing that we do for startups is on the business expansion and partnership part. So as I mentioned, there's the weekly industry development series to connect between our Web3 companies, big players, financial institutions, legal experts, tech service providers, etc. And the Web3 proof of concept subsidy scheme to help Web3 companies to collaborate with large enterprises. And we also have the Cyberport Enterprise Network to connect our startups with large enterprise, and also the Cyberport Technology and Professional Service Network to connect with appropriate partners for landing and business expansion. And also we connect our community with government and regulators from various regions of the world, let's say Middle East, Africa, Europe, etc., to help companies to expand overseas. So what does that mean is that, first of all, there are actually various of these government organizations and so on come and visit Cyberport. I would say on a daily basis. So a lot of the time we would engage our startups to meet with these overseas government delegates or some large enterprises. And also on the other side, we have different sort of delegation tours. Let's say there's another one to the Middle East in May as well. So, and also let's say as an example, previously, a relatively large country from Africa, their finance minister just came over and then they really wanted to look into some Web3 payment solutions. That's one example. And for example, previously, one of the European regulators came over and they wanted to meet some of the enterprises here. So we also connected them with some of our larger companies who are interested to expand to that region. So that's just some of the examples that I have here, and there are a lot more that's ongoing. And also the other thing is that if companies have comments on the upcoming Hong Kong regulatory framework on, let's say, OTC, stablecoins, and so on, please feel free to let us know as well. So we can deliver these useful comments to relevant regulators and arrange for communication with these regulators if needed. And obviously, it depends on them as well whether they really want to meet. But previously, we did connect for some of these companies. And last but not least, on the PR and marketing side, so please feel free, as a community member, to use the Cyberport official channel, to ask our PR colleagues and so on to promote some of the key developments of our Web3 community members. And also, like, we also support our community members on event side. Like, we can have like different sort of partnerships. And also, we liaise with media, including local media, for more exposures. For example, like some success stories, innovative new products from our Web3 community. So if you're interested to join our Web3 community, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. You may reach out to me or James or Bobo, who are also here. So may I ask maybe James to come over for a few words?
Thank you, Rachel. And good afternoon, everybody. I'm James, also from the Hong Kong Cyberport Web3 team. So I'm mainly responsible for overseeing the blockchain ecosystem partnerships, event sponsorships, as well as like onboarding and connecting with different Web3 startups and companies across Hong Kong or overseas. So yeah, I hope you guys like really, for the ones who are interested in connecting to Cyberport, feel free to reach out to us in any channel or just like find out any one of us in person. And last but not least, hope all of you have a great time during the Web3 Festival, as well as hope to catch you guys at the Cyberport event as well. So right now, I will invite my another colleague, Bobo, to come on stage.
Thank you, James. So hi, everyone. This is Bobo from Hong Kong Cyberport Web3 team. Really hope you enjoyed the Web3 Fest so far. As you have noticed, Cyberport Web3 team also focus on the Web3 ecosystem building and expanding in Hong Kong. So myself, my position is responsible to do all the partnerships and also about the investor relations. So if you are interested in investing in any Web3 project, please let me know. Yeah, feel free to add my WeChat or WhatsApp or Telegram. Yeah, please come find me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Bobo and James. Now I would like to invite two startups from our Web3 community to share about their experience of doing business in Hong Kong, including how the Hong Kong government and Cyberport have been supporting them and some advice that they wish to give to companies that look to land here. So may I first welcome Andy, co-founder of Blockchain Academy, on stage. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Rachel. Yeah, it's a great presentation about Cyberport. Actually, I also have a lot of feelings because we've been collaborating since Cyberport was, since Blockchain Academy was created. So back in 2022, we host a small camp in Hong Kong UST, aiming to help Hong Kong UST talents for their journey into Web3. So we have two tracks. One is the business track, and also one is the tech track. So helping some talents to build something, deploy it on-chain, and other talents to form their business proposals and send it to some investors. So when we had that camp, we had over 300, we call students, university students sign up, and over 100 enter Web3 space successfully. So that was out of our expectation because we didn't expect there was so much passion and so much demand from the students that they wanted to enter the Web3 space. And that's why we think that in Hong Kong, when people wanted to enter the Web3 space, they need a companion or they need a guide. And we are in that position. So that's why we created Blockchain Academy in 2022, September. And since then, we hosted several events, including educational events, courses, collaborated with Circle, Solana, and a lot of different public chains, well-known companies. And also, we had a lot of collaboration with Cyberport. So till now, we had over 20,000 participants in our educational courses and events. And we help a lot of people successfully enter Web3 space with jobs or entering their first entrepreneurship, doing their own project. So when we first collaborated with Cyberport, we were totally amazed by their execution, also their support in Hong Kong and the Greater Bay Area. So the first collaboration was formed when we did our Web3 public class during last year, around April to June. So Web3 public class was something we wanted the public to understand what is Web3 and really understand what the public needs and help them going into Web3. So we have different courses, we have networking events, and we have something like career fair to help them go into Web3 and find their jobs or start their own company. So when we collaborated with Cyberport, they help us to put different advertisements in local media, which help us to boost our audience base. And also, they post several advertisements in their social media from time to time. So the result is we had over 5,000 registrations in Web3 public class, and over 1,000 finished all their courses and become a part of the Hong Kong Web3 community. We had a lot of collaboration other than this, and we believe that with our collaboration with Cyberport, the education of Web3 in Hong Kong will be better in the future. And we're looking forward with more and more collaborations and more education events together with Cyberport in the future in Hong Kong. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andy, for the great sharing. And now we would like to welcome Shan Shan from Smart Deer on stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shan Shan. I'm head of Hong Kong at Smart Deer. So to start, maybe let me tell you a bit about our business and what we do, why we choose Hong Kong as our headquarters. So Smart Deer is a global recruitment and employment platform aiming to provide comprehensive HR services to help our clients' international business growth. So we offer one-stop HR services, including global recruitment, employment and payroll solutions, global compliance, mobility services, and HR management system. We help our clients easily to hire international employees and contractors. We were founded in 2022, and in early 2023, we were very fortunate to be selected to participate in Cyberport's incubation program. And today, we have operational teams in more than 10 countries, and we are still expanding into new countries. Our service can now cover over 150 countries with the help of our partners. So why did we decide to start from Hong Kong and the Cyberport? I think it's a strategic decision. To us, Hong Kong is a strategic base, and we do believe the potential development of Web3 industries in Hong Kong, which has a great match with our business objectives. When we set up the Smart Deer, we are very clear about our mission. We want to help companies help our clients to go global. So we mainly serve two types of clients. First, Chinese companies seeking international expansion, especially those internet companies from the Web2 era. As you can see, those internet companies such as Meituan, Tencent, when they go global, their first station is always Hong Kong. And the second category is the SMEs and the Web3 companies, and also startups. Because we do recognize that the trend of globalization of SMEs is a very definite trend for the future. And also by nature, Web3 companies tend to go global, go international. They prefer the remote working settings. So when we set up our company, we aim to bridge the gaps to help them expand internationally, because during their business expansion, they always face the challenges such as the lack of understanding of the local markets and the challenges related to payroll, compliance, and employment. That's why we think by providing professional HR services and leveraging our global network, we can help them in their international expansion efforts. So why Hong Kong? As we all know, Hong Kong is famous for its international, efficient, and transparent business environment. And Hong Kong also has a highly professional, bilingual, or even trilingual workforce. So when we set up our business in Hong Kong in late 2022, actually we were quite lucky that last year, in early 2023, the Hong Kong government has put in significant resources and funding to position Hong Kong as the global Web3 hub to attract many international Web3 companies, talents, and investors to Hong Kong and foster the innovation and the connection here in the Web3 industry. So it's a really great timing for us. And also at the same time, the regulatory and the legal frameworks are also evolving. Given the supportive government and the favorable environment, we do see that over the past few years actually, past 12 months actually, we do see many companies coming to set up their operations in Hong Kong, no matter Hong Kong local companies or those from mainland China or foreign countries. And we were very happy to be part of them, to help them set up their business. And over the time, we do see that Hong Kong is also gradually forming an innovative and vibrant Web3 ecosystem. So on the other hand, as the Web3 hub, Cyberport is providing lots of great opportunities for all types of Web3 companies to collaborate and exchange. The support we've received from Cyberport's incubation program has been very instrumental in our growth. Since joining this program last year, we've received not only the financial subsidies, but also the great guidance, professional guidance, and extensive networking opportunities. For example, like our mentor Alan has been keep reviewing and guiding our progress from time to time, and Rachel and other colleagues have connected us with many potential clients, leaders, business partners, industry leaders, to collaborate and exchange. And so that we've been able to doing business for them, help them to set up their operations in Hong Kong, help them to recruit even in other countries, and help them to expand, to handle the payroll, benefits, and other HR needs. I think looking forward, we are very excited about the prospect of continuing our journey in Hong Kong in the Web3 ecosystem with Cyberport. And for the new companies, for the companies considering establishing their presence in Hong Kong, we think it's quite wise to leverage the resources and support available in Hong Kong through the initiatives such as the Cyberport's incubation program. And by doing so, you can connect with lots of great Web3 startups and companies and probably tap into great opportunities to boost your business growth. Well, in conclusion, I'm very happy to be here, and I'm quite confident that SmartEar will further benefit from the development of Web3 ecosystem in Hong Kong and further grow. And we are also very happy to contribute our small efforts to helping more companies to set up the business in Hong Kong, or even help them to expand overseas. So last but not least, we are more than happy to work with the Web3 companies today, and let's grow further. Thank you for your attention, and a special thank you to Rachel for the invitation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shan, for your great sharing. And thanks everyone for listening as well. And if any questions, just let us know, and we can start from there. Thank you, everyone.